What's up, Johnny Maggot here? And I was tired, couldn't sleep. A shit ton of packing to do because I moved again. Anyways, it's time to play the Giants. What do the Giants have? Let's see the Giants team. Because they beat Boosh. Boosh had a good team. So the Giants are away. Roethlisberger, Miami of Ohio. So I got a decent quarterback, decent running back. Well, I shouldn't say decent, pretty good. Got some good receivers. I got Devontae Adams. Not crazy fast, but I gotta pay attention to him. Tight end I'm not so worried about. No crazy good offensive lineman. J.J. Watt's something to be scared of. Yeah, that defensive line is pretty good. Linebacker core is about average. Yeah, this is a good team. Don't mess with them. Good team, and well, they got all their picks. Alright, let's go. Both of us got good teams.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be...
This Lion fan base, Coach, they have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit.
Playing on my new 50-inch screen TV.
Round matchup in the NFC between the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Barely fits on my dresser.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game.
On my old new setup.
A man who's becoming an elder statesman among quarterbacks in the league, drafted back in 2004. It's Ben Roethlisberger.
I haven't played since the last update, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
right? Two touchdown passes last week.
But when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Here we go, here we go. Full start backs him up 5, first and 15. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And a new 4-3 set.
Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger, the tight end Jarwin with it out on the left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
He wasn't ready.
And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
Olivier Vernon is a defensive end that combines terrific run-stopping ability with a quick first step to the
Let's
passer.
cover 3 cloud that Eric Rayweather was talking. No, I don't have time to go to Palms.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
That Rayweather was talking about before. Eric Rayweather. Good YouTuber.
It's Roethlisberger.
There we
The
go.
2 men come together and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag.
Bad.
Let them fight it out.
Here we go. Here we go.
Down.
Here we go.
48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Lions will take over.
Wow, this TV is so much clearer than my 32-inch TV.
First and 10.
It's also brand new, so I'd be lying.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll be
They
brought
brought him
down
out in a
somewhat
face mask.
awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Was that J.J. Watt with a face mask? That was.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that
Oh,
flag was
don't you
coming.
hate that?
And I always enjoy the conversation post because
My number one receiver went down.
I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Alright.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way
Yeah,
with a
it
first
sucks.
and 10.
A lot.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this will be
Yeah, I should have known better to throw it there.
physical play on the football there.
That's
and it's second
my fault.
down.
Used to have a coach
Bruce
who tells us all
elbow.
the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys.
not even yet,
Nowadays,
but
we're
I
watching
will
a computer
soon.
screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
To throw again on second down.
Good drop, good drop.
Mahomes. And he can't hang on
That's
to
it,
it.
baby.
The screen never got started. And we look now at the defense for the Giants.
Landon Collins is built like your typical tackle-first safety, but he does have the ability to play the deep part of the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10
Who's
after
open here?
back-to-back incompletions.
See if I go put him on a streak.
51's the mic, boys. 51.
From the ground, it's Mahomes. He's got the hook up to Lee.
That could have been a
And they're going
fumble.
to have another first down as the tackle's
Hit him
made
hard
at
enough.
the Giants' 15-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching
We're
the
only
ball.
Mills
All
concept.
you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same
There you go,
credit
Dallas
for it,
Goddard.
and it won't help them at contract.
Keep playing hard.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy at his size
Who's going to be open
can't
here?
really hide it. But the tight end drag
Put
route,
Keem Butler, the tight end,
definitely an effective way to sneak
recently.
him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
There we go, right between the tight linebackers.
They're gonna make the grab.
Right between the zones.
Strike first here on their
Let's watch that again.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And
It's
you
all
gotta see
timing
a
right
fist
there.
pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field.
The
And on the
predator.
first drive,
3 4.
I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of the game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Roethlisberger. He'll get this one complete to St. Jones. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Come on, baby.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Roethlisberger. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team.
There you go,
Because,
Cloud.
number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers. Now you go over the top. Take it deep.
I missed again. That is not good. Trying to go for hit sticks, I'm missing.
That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
If he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he gets us inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Let's see if I can.
The rock. Make sure you use your line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry.
Oh, that did not go well.
Ball his way into the
Not
end zone
well,
for
no.
a Giants touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around.
There we go.
So they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start
Yeah,
plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
Oh, you got it. Caught it.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
58, right there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On first down, Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Going up top. Got a man. It's
There we go.
inside the 10.
On the run.
Get him all the way
And Mahomes makes an accurate throw to the wide open receiver.
It's a gain of 34. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And a nice pickup there. He gets
All
about
right.
5
There we
down
go.
the 4-yard line.
Make second down easier.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they come up now 2nd and goal.
Alright, let's go spread. smash corner.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
I'm trying to collect.
15.
58.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Being chased out left.
Ah,
Can't
throw it.
find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Damn it.
Bruce Irvin coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Second goal,
That
last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Switch.
Here's Mahomes, third and
Get
goal.
there. There we
He's
go.
got his man. It's caught for a Lions
That's my
touchdown.
man.
Nice touchdown, baby. Keep working.
Tyrell Williams there to make the grab. And the Lions have taken the lead. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it. And as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Part of me thinks that this NFC East division is just a shitty record because they're all so good.
New York set to take the field. They
My brother's team,
trail
you know, he's got a good team. It's just a
14-7 as they
shitty
come up
record.
1st and 10.
They all face good teams, I guess.
Like 180. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
Man.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was
That's what I'm
planted in the
talking about.
backfield.
Nice hit, boy.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run
Oh, there we
type of
go.
play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is
Let's
his
change
ability
it
to
up.
read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To throw here, Roethlisberger.
There you go.
Dump it underneath to his running back.
Force
Complete.
that punt.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they
That might not
rallied and
happen.
made the tackle.
This is taken at the 10. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
Yeah, let's see if he could just bomb it again.
The offense back
That's
out
not
there
open.
at the line, ready for their next drive.
Yeah,
Right
now
now
it's
they're
covered.
saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in
There
really
we
well.
go.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That
Let's
play
go,
going for
let's go,
16
let's go.
yards to start the drive, first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all the time to find someone open down.
Oh, shit.
Tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib.
You see me out here?
That's just a
right.
shitty
That's a
tip
nice
for
job
us.
defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
Ah.
Brought down, but not before they're inside the
Let's go,
25. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Just 3 catches in
We
a
got
wild card
this.
victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you just...
Come on, switch to the right guy.
For a giant touchdown. From
Come on.
yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
McManus's point after is good. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Bad bounce leads to a touchdown.
A couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Get ready.
Drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Mahomes now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Alright, how do I want to play this?
1:57 to go in this first half on EA
Through
Sports.
shoulder. Yeah, keep Pollard in there.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here. A very eventful divisional round weekend. Mahomes firing.
There we go, get out of bounds.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
There we go.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He's airing it
Get
out
up there.
for Williams. And that'll be incomplete.
I can't follow him. I'm gonna get hit by 2 guys.
That time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Mahomes. He's
First down.
Goddard,
There
his
we go.
tight end over the middle. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup.
Alright,
And
good
brought
time,
down,
good time.
but not before they're inside the 25. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, too much harm there.
That one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Alpha.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down.
Get up there.
And
Oof.
oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now it's Mahomes again.
There we go, Butler.
Touchdown, Detroit. Hakeem Butler, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the
Only
lead.
gave him 20 seconds.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. A 10-play drive that time, and the end result, a Detroit touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field. Try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Three down.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A false start backs him up 5. First and 15.
You got three down.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes.
And he loses his own, too. That's huge.
We come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Let's go.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Let's go!
Ooh, Indy's beating Phil.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
J-Lo just be proud.
Like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about.
And that's
oh, there we go.
Inside the 30. And he takes this
just double up on him.
Lions touchdown.
There we go.
Tyrell Williams. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
There we go.
And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And no run back here.
There we go.
Touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half score against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it second and 12. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Derrick Henry.
Come on. Come on.
Derrick Henry all alone. He's at the 40, the 20, 10.
Oh, that dive just slowed him down.
Giants.
There's no way he should have scored a touchdown there.
77 yards as his guys are back within a single score. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
How about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Yeah.
Extra point from McManus is good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
Alright,
This is
go
taken
again.
at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Tyrell Williams heading back out onto the field now. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, third quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us.
Who that?
From the 30 on second down, Mahomes. Throw left side complete. It's Lee.
There we go.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup.
Here we go.
That
Here we go.
A first down.
Here we go.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On
You
first
put the
down,
first guy.
nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a
You don't want no
yard,
problem.
and it'll be
You don't want
second
no problem
down.
from me.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. 58, boys. 58. 58.
Wait, ribble in.
58. Right over there. Yeah.
They go
Mike,
play
58.
fake.
Right there.
Mahomes.
Pick me up. Here we go.
There we go.
Now that'll be caught by Cup. And he'll
Boom.
get into the end zone.
Gotta love it.
Touchdown, Detroit.
There we go. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown
with
right
his
there.
2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback,
Let's go.
and it comes
Do
out
it.
to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
There we go.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Give the sack to Martinez.
Good on the play.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep them clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
You gonna get him? Damn.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
And Adams has it.
Come on, I'm switching the wrong guys all the time on defense after the pass.
Another first down. The Giants, they have the passing game working right now. Roethlisberger now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Getting some penetration.
On the count,
There we go.
and that'll hurt the average.
Filled up the hole with the safety.
I'm going to hit you all
If these
day,
guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Roethlisberger will throw. He's
Wow,
gonna
where
launch
is that
this thing
to?
way downfield. And unable
Where
to
is that
connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Do not block them in the back. Don't get whacked either.
Keep playing hard. For 25. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This is Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, Hasn't been so successful.
Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will.
There we go.
And he'll be out of bounds.
Get it and get out of bounds.
Come on now, give him 7 on the tuck and
Don't let
run,
him.
and it'll get him a new set of downs.
No
Someone knew
fumbles.
exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, they're working on it for a little bit.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Eluding the pressure right.
There we go.
Lee's got it over the middle. And now look at this. Big gain.
Oh, of course, I'm running to the sideline to avoid the fumble. And I fumble.
Trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I need to utilize that give self up play.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson.
You face mask him again?
He'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask.
Come on.
Look like it indeed. Here come the flags.
He does it again. I'm going to take him out of the game.
That's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise at this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3.
26 months. I got it. Like I said, 26 months.
Throwing on second and 3.
You shitting me, right?
That's complete, right around the 8.
That's Keanu Neal.
And that's a first down.
With a free hit on the quarterback. I know it's been Roethlisberger. Come on.
Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll try to run for it with Henry.
Oh, come on.
For a giant touchdown. Derrick Henry saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as his guys are back within a single score. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And a good return as he'll be
Yeah,
stopped.
I need points this drive. Or a really long ass
Now
drive.
this offense ready to head back out there. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you.
Let's see if I can do it again with the run.
They run again with Carson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield.
That'll do.
He's got the lane, and there he goes.
Boom.
Touchdown, Detroit. Chris Carson, 64 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Well, they had done a really nice job on him through 3 quarters plus, but you just had that feeling eventually he was going to get loose.
And this is why coaches always preach, that it's a
Still at
four-quarter
14.
game, right?
Oh,
It
back
gets
up to
trite
14
for us, it
again.
gets trite for the fans. This is exactly what they're talking about. What you did before was terrific, but will it stand up if you start giving up big plays as we saw there?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest.
Yeah.
He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Draw play. This is Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be second and 12. On second and 12, Roethlisberger throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. Going to let one fly for Robinson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Probably should just bat it down, but
like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
yeah, definitely better to knock it down.
Situations. All right, fourth down. Where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get out for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
Hey!
All right.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And a short gain here as he gets it up.
JJ Watt being JJ Watt.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Check! 31's the mic. Hey, check.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. This is Butler making the catch. 2 catches
that's
now
just huge. Get the first down.
That one,
Baby, let's go.
first
Big
down.
time. Let's go.
Probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay
I just want to make sure you're holding the ball.
Love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you've got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as
Oh,
he
boy,
is
I know you felt
smothered
that one.
behind the
I
line.
know you felt
2
that
minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Showing 8. He's coming. We got double up.
Now it's Carson, and he'll be stopped at the 27.
Still, the guy double team finds a way to make the tackle.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. This is taken at the 23.
Then your fullback tries to go for a hit stick tackle.
At 13 yards.
Come on, fellas.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So Ben Roethlisberger and the offense down by 2 touchdowns. Just over a minute 40 to play. It's certainly a tough situation on the road, needing 2 scores to stay alive in the playoffs as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
There we go.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Pernell McPhee. And they're going to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Now that was just absolute perfect man.
Oh, they grabbed him by the face mask.
For them to go with the football led to a sack. That's
That
really
was such a
difficult to do in today's
dumb
NFL.
tackle.
These gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
That's
So
such a
they'll take the
dumb way to
yardage and
tackle him.
tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
The left side throw complete to Adams.
At least get him down in
They
bounds.
do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Roethlisberger to the end zone, but it's
Adams
incomplete.
incomplete.
Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets fork.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage.
Oh, this is blocked.
Blocked.
The Lions pick it up. But he doesn't get far. They're
There
able
we
to
go.
stop him. And after the extra point attempt,
Not only do they recover the onside kick, score a touchdown, they have to convert a 2-point conversion against us.
And there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things? Having to
Oh
kick
shit,
the ball
Phil
away?
lost.
Much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more blocks.
Alright, I'll do it.
exactly right. There's more effort now.
We got
Before,
this.
when it was stabbed down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
And get 2
they
points.
can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
And the Lions will take the knee here with
Maybe they call
victory
the
in the
timeout.
cards. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40
Hurry up and
seconds
get
to
it.
go in the game.
Oh, Johnny
And
Maggot
they
signing
take a
off.
knee. So with that knee, they take care of business in the divisional round. They'll be
Giants
back
put up a
here
hell of a
next
fight.
weekend. One more hurdle
I'm expecting
to get to the big
J-Lo
show.
to do the
Good
same
feelings, they just keep coming. They get to
in
ride that
the
wave
conference
for at least
championship
one more
game.
week because they have their big prize in their eyes, and that's getting into the Super Bowl. But they have to win next week after winning this one.
J-Lo
So they
beat me
stay
before.
alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship, and do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Alright, it's time for me
It's
to
a
go to
win
bed. Good
for
night,
the
YouTube.
Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.
Good night, YouTube.